10.
Bill Rizzuto throwing out the first pitch.
9.
Fastball hit deep to right. It could be it. Way back there. Oh!
8.
Lawrence Peter Barra, known to everyone as Yogi, star catcher of the New York Yankees.
7.
Here's the payoff pitch. This is it. There it goes. It's out of here.
6.
This ball club will be remembered by me forever because you have heart as big as this city and you showed what being New Yorkers is all about. God bless you.
5.
Hits in 56 consecutive games. That's an all-time record set by the Yankee Clipper Joe DiMaggio.
4.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
3.
Number 3 will never be worn by another Yankee player, but will go to America's baseball shrine at Cooperstown, New York.
2.
Derek Jeter ends his final game with a walk-off single. Derek Jeter, where fantasy becomes reality.
1.
That's not the way it's going to be, George. Damn right it is. If you don't like it, you're fired. You haven't hired me yet.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to everybody out there on YouTube. It is yours truly, the Ace. Hopefully you guys have had yourselves a good work week as the week is winding up. It has been a very busy day for yours truly. Started off a pretty chill day. Watched Cobra Kai this morning. It was phenomenal. Just got out of Brave New World, the newest Captain America MCU movie. I will be doing a review for that to have that out no later than tomorrow. So make sure if you guys are into the movies, into the MCU movies, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Also, if you're a Yankee fan, hit that like and subscribe. You guys know I do the Yankee updates, also do Yankee Live play-by-play. So make sure you guys subscribe to that. If you are watching on the rewatch, make sure you hit that notification button so you'll be notified whenever I go online. Got my guy NFE backstage. Give me that thumbs up if you're ready to go, my guy. Appreciate you. My guy NFE is in the building. I put out the Avengers Assemble, and he came up here. I know you usually say the bat signal. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I got to put my headphones on.
Nah, you're good, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hear you.
Okay, what's good, my dude? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just got done doing my live stream just a few minutes ago, and then I saw your text, and I'm like, "Wait, what time is this dude going live?" I'm like, "All right, I'm going."
Yeah, definitely saw that. I will be dropping his link. Jacob, if you're in the chat, can you do me a favor, Jacob? Drop the link to NFE's channel down below, and I'll make sure I post it at the end of the video. I'll put you in the description. No doubt. Also, the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. Is the rivalry renewed after the acquisition of Alex Bregman last night that dropped late last night? They reported. What were your thoughts on the Bregman signing before we get into is the rivalry back?
Well, we knew that they were in talks with Bregman. I didn't think it was actually going to happen, man. I thought Bregman really just based on the reports, I thought he was going to sign with the Cubs, but he ended up signing with the Red Sox. I did not see that happen. I wasn't expecting that, but again, MLB offseason, free agency, you never know what's going to go down. You're going to see all sorts of surprises, but it's a good pickup for the Red Sox. Is the rivalry renewed? I mean, I don't know if it's going to get to that level of like where it was in the 2000s, but it's going to definitely make the division that much more competitive. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited for that because now you have a villain who went from one rival team to another now. So,
yep.
And now we're going to see more of this guy instead of seeing less of him. So it is going to bring more excitement for sure to the division, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Jacob, first person in the building. What up, man? Says Ace, my brother. Big Blue Wrecking Crew says, let's go Yankees. Choa's in the house. Says Shia, along with Jacob. Dingleberry Sports Highlight is in the building. Mike Wazowski, my guy, is in the house. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It's the best way to support the channel, and it's free. I'm bringing up the Yankee schedule because I want to look at some things as well. But my thoughts overall on the Alex Bregman situation. I said it constantly throughout the offseason. To the Yankee fans that didn't want Alex Bregman for various reasons, whether he was a Houston Astro, he cheated, whether you think he, didn't play well in Yankee Stadium, whatever may be the case, him also being 30 years old, him seeking out a long-term contract, maybe that turned some people off. Me personally, I said it and especially to the Yankee fans that were like, no, I don't want him. I hate him because of the cheating. I'm more specifically talking to these people. If you thought that you hated him then, you're really going to hate him now. The fact that he is on the rival Boston Red Sox. Is the rivalry renewed? We have yet to see. We have to wait and see how the season's going to play out. But no doubt, the Boston Red Sox got stronger yesterday than they have been in the previous days. And they've been a team that has constantly been a pain in our ass, a thorn in our side. And they definitely got better this offseason. Before they made this Bregman move, I would have put them as third best odds at the AL. I still think the Yankees are the best team based on our offseason that we had. And then I would have said Texas Rangers are going to be a team as well that, if they can stay healthy, are going to be a pain in the ass. But Boston Red Sox, I think, just became the second best team in the AL East. What do you think?
No doubt. No doubt. I was wondering what else the Red Sox were going to do. I mean, they solidified their starting rotation.
Yep. With Crochet.
Yeah, they got Crochet. They got Bueller. So, that rotation is looking pretty decent now, and especially with Carter Crawford. That dude's, he was giving the Yankees trouble in the 2024 season. So that rotation is going to be really good. That lineup now, with the addition of Bregman, for that particular their lineup, Bregman's going to be good for him. My thing is just I just don't think the money that was going to be owed to Bregman, whether it was $30 million, I don't think he was worth $30 million. He's definitely not worth 40. I know that money is deferred. I get that. But, I don't, I asked this question, are you going to give him the same AAV as you are Judge? My answer is no, because he stayed patient, did his thing. Scott Boras got the job done.
Finally, right?
Yeah, finally.
Took long enough.
Right? Yeah. I mean, but this is one of Scott Boras' specialties. So he got his guy on a team before the rest of the players have to report. But, ultimately it did come down to the AAV. That's what it boiled down to. So, $40 million, it's going to be a good payday. And I do not see Bregman opting out whatsoever, because he's not going to get that kind of deal from another team. I don't see it.
Yeah. And his contract has opt-outs every single year, which is
right,
kind of unheard of. You don't really see something like that in the MLB. But yeah, I mean, the Boston Red Sox became tougher. I still think they're gonna be a pain for us this year. I've been saying it all season, even before this move. Could it add to the rivalry? I'm gonna just keep 100. Baseball's at its best when the Yankees and Red Sox are at each other's throats. Now, granted, we don't play with the new schedules of, it's more like an inclusion type schedule where they're trying to get more, the bigger market teams in front of everybody. We don't play them as much. We have 4 series against them, but that just means that each series that we play is that much more pivotal. Like, I'm about to bring up our schedule, and I feel like we're playing them at some crazy times too. Like, we're playing them, I think our first matchup against them is in June.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so first matchup is in June, but then we play them a series in between. This is going to be a tough stretch for the Yankees, and I will be doing a schedule breakdown, later in the future. If you want to pop on there, definitely let me know. But this little part of the schedule at the end of May for the Yankees, coming off a West Coast trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going against the Colorado Rockies, which I think you said you're going to those games, right?
I'm going. So I definitely bought tickets for that 25th for that Sunday game. So I'm going with a few folks for that one.
Okay, so this one right here.
Yeah, and then I'm going to look into tickets for the other 2 games. So I'm going to all 3 for sure, man. I'm like,
where are you sitting so I could get a lookout for you? Where are you going to be
at? So the 25th, I'll be on the left field side.
foul territory or
No, it'll be fair territory.
Okay, so you can catch a home run. You might be able to catch yourself a nice little home run there.
Yeah, maybe, man. Let's hope so.
Okay, bring a glove.
Huh?
Bring a glove. Don't be like Max and have the ball go, over your hand, stuff like that. Shout out to my guy Max covers TV.
Yeah, shout out to Max, man. Yeah, I'll have to bring a glove. And then the other two games, one of them, I'll probably be on the foul territory side in the upper deck. Again, left field side, but it'll be upper deck. So it'll be not left field side, so third base side. So I'll be on the Yankees dugout side, the visiting team. So I'm looking into tickets for that. And then the other one, I'm not sure. So we'll see. But Coors Field, there's not really a bad view, man. You could sit anywhere in Coors and you get an awesome view of the stadium. It's truly a great stadium.
Yeah. I'm looking at the schedule. It's actually the first time I've actually got a chance to look at the schedule. This May schedule is kind of brutal. Going against the Padres, the Padres are going to be a tough team. Then we got a West Coast trip, a small West Coast trip against the A's and the Mariners. Then we come day off versus the Mets. That's going to be very interesting. Obviously, we all know what's going on with that. Then we're going against the Texas Rangers, who I think are going to be much improved this year. Then we have another West Coast trip against the Rockies and then the Angels. Then it caps off against the Dodgers. Coming back in June, the Guardians, and then that's when we face off against the Red Sox at home. Then we have a 3-game set against the Royals before we face the Red Sox again. So that stretch right there, Yankees are going to have to be on their A game. We're going to be playing some good teams. We're going to play some good teams in that time frame, and it's going to be tough. And, the Red Sox going against them in 2 out of 3 series, along with the team that we just faced in the ALDS, is going to be a tough stretch. And like I said, the Red Sox also added Aroldis Chapman, who's a former Yankee. He might be looking to get some get back against us too. Trevor Story, we'll see if he can stay healthy. But it's going to be, they're going to be a pain in our ass, man. They really are. And the one thing that I said was, I was one of the main advocates for, I was like, yo, we got to get, Bregman. One of the biggest things is why I wanted Bregman is because I wanted a legit third baseman there. They will be moving him to second, obviously, because, Rafael Devers is their third baseman.
Right.
But, the question is, do you think this puts additional pressure on the New York Yankees to make a move? Or do you think it doesn't even, it's kind of irrelevant to them? What do you think?
I mean, I would imagine it would put a little bit of pressure, but at the same time, and I said this on my live stream just a little bit ago, I'm going in with the mentality and I'm preparing myself mentally so I'm not let down that the Yankees are probably still going to go internally for third base. So I think there's a higher likely chance of that happening. So if they surprise us, which the Yankees do, you never know what they're going to do. They stay quiet about whatever moves that they're thinking of or that they're going to make. I still would love for them to trade for Arenado. What up, D-Rod? I would still love for them to trade for Arenado. Is it gonna happen? Who knows at this point? I mean, everything is up in the air. So you're hearing different reports from different beat writers. So I still want the Yankees to go after Arenado. He's an immediate upgrade over what the Yankees have right now. Not just with the glove, but with the bat too. I was talking about Arenado's stats and what Fangraphs is projecting. For as far as his batting average goes, they're projecting him to hit 260 this season. Mm-hmm. But I'll take 260 over 204. All right. He's an immediate, like I said, he's an immediate upgrade over third base. His on-base percentage is going to drop a little bit based on the projections, but it's still pretty good. His slugging is supposed to go up. WRC plus and WAR is supposed to be up too. So I know, the other thing real quick I was going to say about Arenado is I don't understand some fans is saying thinking of he's a Josh Donaldson 2.0, which he is not Josh Donaldson 2.0. You're not getting him at 36, 37. He's roughly the same age as Aaron Judge. So he's not going to put up numbers like Judge, but again, based on those numbers that they're projecting, those numbers are better than what you would get out of DJ LeMahieu. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you know me. We've talked about this several times on length. There were 3 guys I wanted. Bregman was one of them. He's gone.
Yeah.
Bohm or Ryan McMahon. I'm still not sold on Arenado.
Right. I
obviously, obviously the money's the biggest thing. The Cardinals are going to move on from him. They've already come out and said they're going to move on from him. Money is the biggest thing. How, is Cashman going to try to get them to take on as much of his contract as possible? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this move of Alex Bregman going to put pressure on them to go ahead and say, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make that Arenado deal. Because I'm going to tell you this, after this move, the whole last 2 weeks of, we have faith in DJ LeMahieu and we think that he can kind of get back to form, yada, yada, yada type stuff. After a move like the Red Sox just made to bring in Bregman, you can't sit here and sell me on DJ LeMahieu, which I was never sold on LeMahieu in the first place. It's like you just have to go out. You have to go out and you have to get stronger. We have a big glaring hole in the infield at third base. You know what I'm saying? DJ LeMahieu's glove, he's getting up there in age. I still have faith in his glove. But, offensively, what is he going to give you? Probably next to nothing is what we could assume. Could we be wrong? That would be in the Yankees' best interest if we were wrong. I would love for DJ LeMahieu to go out there and hit 270. You know what I'm saying? Slap the ball around the yard. I don't think he has it anymore. Oswaldo Cabrera is an option as well. Internally, it's an option. But I think after this move, you know what I'm saying, the Red Sox ramping things up, this definitely does put a little pressure on the New York Yankees. Am I scared of the Red Sox? Absolutely not. I still think we're way better. I still think we're better than them on paper. In a 7-game series, anything can happen, but I still think we're the better team. We have the better starting pitching, 1 through 5. We have the better backing in the bullpen. They definitely got stronger. But it definitely something that should, they're going to be pains in their asses because they're definitely a team that's not scared of the Yankees either. Rafael Devers, he's in Garrett Cole's head. We've seen that. Remember last year?
Yeah.
That's something that, when it's gamesmanship, man. When you're in somebody's head, you kind of own them, and it kind of trickles down from that whole team's mentality. And Alex Bregman's a guy also that has had a lot of success against the New York Yankees. So this makes them a formidable team. Like I said, I still think they're about the 3rd best team in the AL in general. Obviously, injuries happen. Different things are going to happen throughout the course of the year, and we're just going to have to play it out. But they're going to be a pain in our ass after this. But I think it's great for baseball, to be honest with you, because when the Yankees and Red Sox are going at each other, it's really good for baseball. They might end up flexing some of these games at prime time because they don't have a lot of them. They might end up flexing them those shits in some of the Sunday night baseball spots.
And the whole country tunes in, even if they're not a fan of either one of these teams, the country tunes in because they love rivalries. Yep. They love the back and forth. I mean, we saw that in the mid 2000s. And when it comes to this season, the Red Sox are going to be a pain, but so is every team in the AL East. They're always going to give the Yankees a hard time. It's just the way it goes. The AL East is a very competitive division, year in, year out. There's no denying that. So it's not just the Red Sox. The Orioles are still going to be a pain, even if they didn't make a whole lot of moves. They've kind of lost some pieces. But so are the Rays. The Rays are always going to be a thorn. The Blue Jays somehow.
They're always pesky. Mm-hmm.
What was that?
They're always pesky.
Yeah, they're always pesky, and so are the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays just, they still have their ways. So, but right now, the top 2 teams in the AL East is Yankees, Red Sox. And even with the addition of Bregman, I'm not worried about the Yankees not finishing at the top of the division. They could absolutely finish at the top of the division, and I believe that they will.
Same. I mean, of course, baseball is a game of ups and downs. I'm not expecting the Yankees to be in first place all year. That's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? That's unrealistic of baseball. But I definitely think we'll go out there and get that AL East crown. The Orioles took a big step back, in my opinion, this year. Especially with them being so young. They didn't bring in they lost good veteran talent. Mm-hmm. And then, every year after year, they go to the playoffs. They end up flaming out in the playoffs. They're a good young team, but I just don't think they're ready quite yet. I think that 100-win season where they won the AL East kind of inflated their heads. And, they're supposed to be having this, rich owner too that was willing to spend. He hasn't done anything, Right. But, to the rivalry point, the rivalry that we had, the last couple of years, the Red Sox are a tricky organization because obviously, within recent history, they've either won championships or they've been complete ass. So it's either boom or bust with them. The Houston Astros have become more of our rivals as of late, but I do think it's better for baseball if the Red Sox do become the Yankees' main rival because I do think the Houston Astros are closer to rebuilding than they are to competing. I saw something today, I don't know how true it is, that they're talking about playing Altuve in left field. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, I read about that. I don't think that's a great idea. Hopefully, if you're an Astros fan and you're out there watching this, I hope you're questioning that move, because Altuve in left field, nah.
But he could be hidden out there, though, like with that Crawford box. Like
yeah.
So the right of the Crawford boxes is pretty deep, so you're going to have a good center fielder. But left field over there in where Houston's at is a way where you can hide a bad defender. Maybe he's getting up there in age. You know what I'm saying? That he can't play second base every day like he used to. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear where you're coming from, but I'm just not sure if putting him in left field is such a great idea, man. If I'm an Astros fan, I don't know that I would feel comfortable him playing left field. I get he's getting up there in age, but do you want to put an aging player in the outfield though? I mean, I guess that's the other question.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've seen it happen before.
Sure.
We've also seen aging outfielders come to the infield. Go to first base whenever they struggle, shit like that. Val, what up, Val? Val says, I hate Bregman. I hate Bregman signed with the evil Red Sox. He will no doubt torture us with Devers, but I hope at least to contain him. I mean, Bregman's a guy that has been postseason proven as well. He's going to be, especially with that wall over there, the green monster over there in left field, he'll be hitting a lot of doubles off that wall. Some of them will go out, stuff like that. His skill set definitely plays better to Boston and Houston than it would in Yankee Stadium, because that's our biggest part of the ballpark. But it's definitely a good move that they made. And, I still feel like the Yankees are still one move away. Like, we have to go ahead and get that next bat. I would love to, I'm getting closer and closer to just saying, flip a couple prospects and go get Ryan McMahon. But I definitely think, like Jacob says, I'm sorry, thank you, Boston, massive overpay. I definitely think they definitely overpaid him, but you have to when it's a short-term contract. But it's a short-term contract, like, especially when it's just money at the end of the day. You didn't have to really give up. I mean, he had a qualifying offer on him, so they had to give it the picks. But Boston is a team that's also ranked number 1 in their farm system, so they're already pretty deep down when it comes to that. But $40 million a year is a lot of money. But it's hard to sell Yankee fans on that, especially when, the price to go to games is so high and you want to win and stuff like that. It's hard to really tell Yankee fans, you know what, we're trying to be cautious with the luxury tax, and, we don't want to make any big moves until we figure out the Stroman situation, which, he hasn't reported to camp, or, for a couple of days. We don't really know what's going on with that. It's hard to sell Yankee fans that are really trying to win that we're financially strapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not willing to do what we have to do when it comes to just spending money and making the moves.
Yeah, look, the Yankees have, I mean, they have the money, but, again, I know a lot of folks were, pissed off about Hal's comments, but I think Hal's comments was taken out of context when he said that most of us owners can't, do what the Dodgers are doing, and they can't. He's absolutely right. And there's a lot of baseball teams out there that can't do what the Yankees are doing, or Dodgers or the Mets, but they could still go out there and spend. They're just making excuses to not spend. Though there's a lot of rich owners in baseball. They could absolutely go out there and spend, but a lot of them choose not to. And you're not going to spend like the Dodgers. They're owned by a hedge fund, so when you could print money anytime you want. Yeah. So Guggenheim. $350 billion, no organization comes close to that, to being owned by an owner like that. But, I know I'm sure I'll probably get some heat for this, but the Yankees have other financial obligations too. They're still paying off the stadium. They're trying to buy back the Yes Network. They're paying all that off. And the other thing that a lot of folks don't understand, because I've heard a few people say that they made $677 million. A lot of people are saying it's profits, but it's not profits. That's revenue. And revenue and profits are two totally different things. So after expenses are paid, the money that's left over, that's profits. So it's not over 600 million of profits that they made. Once they pay off everything with payroll and luxury tax and all that, they're probably around like the 200 millions, in somewhere in that range. I don't know the exact number, but that it's somewhere in the 200 millions. Because what was their payroll last year? Like 324, 316.
Yeah, we were over that tax again.
So
I mean, yeah.
Just to put it out there, right? Like 679. I mean, I'm just trying to pull up a calculator here. So 679. If you're saying the payroll was 324, 316.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're asking me to do math.
Yeah.
You got the calculator in front of you.
I got it, but I'm asking you the payroll number.
Let's see. Let's see what it was last year. Let's see. Yankees payroll last year. I mean, and also keep in mind too, we're getting a couple million. We're getting a little bit of bread from the Rays this year as well. So
they're getting 15 million, but that 15 million I'm sure is going towards like whatever debts that they're having. Like Graham said, he's saying, we have debts to service and that comes before anything. Yeah. I mean, they got to pay off that debt.
Last year 308 is what they're saying,
308?
Spot Track is saying 308 in 2024.
Okay. So, I mean, you take that off of the 679, let's just say if that was the revenue that they made, they're down to 371 right there, and then I think they paid like $62 million in the revenue sharing and tax.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes them down to 309 right there. So, that's they already, so that takes them down to 309, and then there's other expenses that they have to pay. So they're down to that 200 something million that they're whatever. I don't know that number. Again, there's other expenses that they have to take care of as well on top of including the debt. So, and I know a lot of fans want to say it's an excuse and it's an excuse, but I'm just, again, that's if you never owned a business, and you think you're just going to throw money out, then you'll probably be bankrupt in a week.
Yeah, I mean, billionaires aren't billionaires by just throwing around money. That type of
no,
shit. So I definitely get it.
No,
but I mean, for us as Yankee fans, it's easy for us to say it's not our money. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with that. I want to do whatever you can to make the team better. Adding a guy like Bregman, would it have been a massive overpay? He had bigger offers out there, but from Toronto and from other spots, but he just didn't want to. He didn't want to take it. So more of a short-term contract with opt-outs. But I mean, let's say we could have got a Bregman for about $30 million. Would you have been inclined to do it? Because I'm gonna tell you this, I think I would have, because it makes this current Yankee team better on a shorter term contract. We don't really know. So would you have taken him for around 30?
I mean, for like a shorter term, I might consider it, sure, but I wasn't comfortable signing him to a long-term contract. And
a lot of people weren't. That 6-7 years is kind of what turned a lot of people off, because he's 30 and he wanted that security. But, we don't even know if a 3-year contract was even on the table for the Yankees.
Yeah. The thing is, it's just, you got to think about this with Bregman. I know a lot of fans were like, sign him to the 6 or 7. If the Astros were hesitating to bring him back at the price that he was asking for, why should the Yankees jump at that? That's you got to look at that from that point of view as well. So, it's just something to think about. Why were there so many other teams like hesitating at his what his demands were? So, it's not, if the Astros were bulking, other teams are bulking, why, shoot, how come the Dodgers didn't go after him then? They could have gone after freaking Bregman. I'm just saying they go after everybody. But, it's just, you're a lot of teams hesitated to give him that long-term deal. And that's why, I don't blame the Yankees for staying put. Yeah. Me personally, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was on the Bregman train.
For sure.
Only because we need a legit third baseman. DJ LeMahieu was not a third baseman by trade. Neither is Oswaldo Cabrera. Stop playing guys out of position. You know what I'm saying? Go get yourself a legit third baseman. Arenado, like I said, I'm on the fence about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the whole Arenado and Goldschmidt on the corners combo. You know what I'm saying? Even though Goldschmidt's only a 1-year deal, So it is what it is. But if you were to get a guy like Arenado, who's got about 3 years left in his contract
About
total,
3 years. Yeah.
about 3 years, could that put you in a perfect position to transition to the youth that we were talking about on Jason from 161's channel? You know what I'm saying? By the time his contract is up, could it, you bring up guys like George Lombard Jr., you bring up guys like Roderick Arias, who might be ready by then. Lou says we got Peraza. I think Peraza is not going to get a shot to get at third base. I think they might end up trading him, in my opinion. But I think if opening day was tomorrow, I think still DJ LeMahieu's probably getting that first shot. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm mentally preparing myself. I've already prepared myself for DJ LeMahieu to be your starting third baseman. Same. Is that something that I want? No. I'm not going to root for the guy to play bad. I mean, I don't know why you would do that, but you hope the guy plays well. I think his glove is going to be fine. The bat is the big question, and his health. It's like, we were told that he came into spring training healthy, but well, we got to see how he plays in the spring, because he was supposed to be your opening. He was supposed to be on your opening day roster 2024. He was supposed to be your leadoff guy, but he couldn't start the season because he got hurt. So, what if it ends up being the same thing? Because the injuries, I don't think it's so much his age. It's more the injuries that have plagued him over the last few years. So I think that's the biggest concern right now is DJ, and I just he hasn't been able to bounce back from those injuries.
Well, that's what happens when you get older. It's harder to heal up when you get older. You hit that gym, you're not up and at it the next day. It takes a couple more days for you to kind of, get back together.
I get that. I feel like it varies from athlete to athlete, but for guys like DJ though, it definitely took a toll on him. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like I said, defensively, I got no problem with it. I mean, he'll have trouble getting to some balls like the choppers, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just what happens with age. Offensively, though, you got to give us something offensively, like productive at bats, and that just goes for everybody in the Yankees. Like, what will frustrate me the most with DJ LeMahieu is, let's say we got a runner on second, nobody out. You weakly grounding out to the left side, don't advance the runner will piss me off. But I think that he's a smart enough ball player that he'll at least put bat on ball, at least to move that runner over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect to have sluggers 1 through 9. If you have one hole in the lineup and it's LeMahieu or Cabrera, at least initially to start, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's looking like it's going to be. But the infield is definitely going to have to be something that you're going to have to bolster up. You know what I'm saying? Could talks, like you said, I mean, we've said it all offseason. Could talks ramp up with Arenado? We'll see. The Cardinals are desperate to get rid of him. The Yankees have a hole. It's just about, I really think it's about, like, if they were willing to take back Marcus Stroman, I think that deal probably would have got done by now.
You're saying the trade for Marcus Stroman?
Yeah, if the Cardinals could have took back Stroman.
Yeah.
Then I think that deal probably definitely would have got made by now.
Yeah, but the thing is, St. Louis doesn't want to. They don't want to take back any salary. And I mean, shoot, look at. I mean, just recently they settled with Brandon Donovan. The Cardinals ended up winning that settlement. Donovan was, I think, looking for $3.3 million. He ended up getting $2.85. So they're being. I don't want to say the word stingy, but they're being very cautious with their financials. So. They've reached. It was with Brandon Donovan, with Lars Nootbaar. These guys. I don't know what happened with Lars Nootbaar. I don't know what the result is with that. But with Donovan, for example, they settled for 2.85. I think is what that number was, and he was looking for 3.3. So they're being very financially. They're being very cautious, and they want to offload Arenado's contract, but. They're going to have to come to terms that they're going to have to eat some of that contract. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's like, you take on that contract, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. And, now you're asking other teams to take it on. It's like, nah, you guys have to eat some of that.
Yeah. And the Rockies are still paying some of that too. So it's like, dude, like,
yeah. And that's and some of that money is, some of that money is deferred, but the team that deferred it are the ones that are responsible for that deferral. So they're still going to have to pay that salary. I don't know how much the Yankees want the Cardinals to eat. I'm sure it's a pretty good chunk of it, and the Cardinals are assuming if they had those conversations, I'm sure they The Cardinals are trying not to eat as much or eat any of it really, but they're going to have to come to terms that they're going to have to eat that money. I mean, Arenado doesn't want to be there. St. Louis wants to trade him, but I don't know if you saw that report on TradeRumors.com, but MLB Trade Rumors. But John Mosliak, who's like their operations person, or I think their president, said that the expectation is that he's going to be at spring training, and he is going to be on their opening day roster. I mean, that's the likelihood. There's a likelihood of that happening. So as of right now, it sounds like Nolan Arenado is a St. Louis Cardinal until we hear otherwise.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not holding my breath on it.
I'm not holding my breath either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have already mentally prepared myself that the Yankees are probably going to go with DJ LeMahieu at third base. If it's not DJ LeMahieu, it's probably going to be one of their other internal options. So that way I'm not losing sleep at night.
Yeah, platoon with Oswaldo Cabrera, which I'd be okay with. I'm a big fan of Waldo. But like it was probably like the hot stove that was probably about like a month and a half ago where I was in the same boat. Like I think I was on your channel, I was saying it. I'm like, dude, I'm just getting myself ready for DJ LeMahieu. It's gonna happen at some point in time. We just gotta hope. Realistically, we gotta hope for a bounce. We gotta hope not for a bounce back. Do I believe that he can do it? Probably not, but we gotta hope that he can at least give us some sort of productivity. Like I said, glove wise, I think he'll be fine. But this Yankee team made some good moves this offseason, but it still just feels like we are one move away. Recently we got the two lefties in the bullpen. We're still kind of hanging on to Stroman, which as time is going by, man, like I said, I'm kind of moving over to maybe we should keep him range, especially if he's going to come out of the bullpen, because at some point in time, somebody's going to go down with some sort of injury. It's good to have that sixth starter, a guy that can come in and, Marcus Stroman for a guy that's in the past been as toxic as he's been, he took it like a champ, man. He went, in this postseason. He didn't play. He didn't say shit. He didn't complain this entire offseason, for a guy that's been very vocal online. Like I said, if it wasn't for the money, the Yankees would probably keep him. Definitely keep him. But, what do you think? What do you ultimately think is going to happen with him? Will he be on the roster opening day?
50-50 at this point, man. There's no doubt that, there's no secret that the Yankees want to trade him. Cashman didn't deny it either. Cashman said, if it makes sense, we're going to do it. And, in spring training, injuries do happen. We see it all the time, especially with pitchers. That's why the Yankees have so many pitchers right now that because of, injuries, right? They have all this pitching depth. This is something that they do every year. I'll answer this question real quick. As of right now, I don't think so.
Same.
I don't think so. I don't know what you're going to get out of Brubaker. The guy hasn't even pitched yet. Like he has, or not pitched yet, but he hasn't. We haven't even seen him play. Yeah, so the guy's hurt.
We have arms. We have arms in the minor leagues. You know what I'm saying? But it's very risky. Like Will Warren can come up here. You know what I'm saying, for a spot start if something was to happen. I'm talking about like if you got rid of Stroman.
Right.
Will Warren can come up for a spot start. Chase Hampton might be able to come up at some point this year. You have a couple arms that you can rely on, but not long term. If you were to get rid of like somebody like Marcus Stroman, realistically, if the Yankees are trying to shed cap, the next move that I would make, get rid of Trent Grisham. Do you like Trent Grisham that much off the bench after you spoke so highly of Everson Pereira? Is Trent Grisham that important to you that you're willing to keep him on the bench for almost $6 million? Like, that's an easy shed right there. Why not flip him for some prospects, and then you maybe entertain the idea of keeping. I think they're keeping Trent Grisham as an insurance card just in case they're not really sold on Jason Dominguez. What do you think?
Yeah, Dominguez, I've said it many times. For me, he's still a question mark, and I don't mean that in a bad way. We've only seen very small sample sizes of him. When they called him up in 2023, it was so cool it was awesome for him to provide that spark. I was like, yo, wow, this guy's like the real deal. He gets brought up in 2024. Unfortunately he started off hurt. He was recovering from Tommy John, and he was recovering. He was playing in the minor leagues, getting his games in, getting his play time. He probably would have been called up, when Stanton got hurt, but he got hurt at the same time with the oblique injury. So that set him back even some more. He did get called up eventually. Was it great? It wasn't great. You know, he struggled, but again, I'm not going to pass judgment on him. We got to see this guy play a full season.
Yeah.
I want to see him play a full season. Then we could criticize. Then we could speak. But even after his rookie season, I'm not going to completely, criticize the guy yet, because you got to give these guys time. And so I think Dominguez has the potential. I think he's a good player. I think he has the potential. We just have to see him in a full season. We got to give him time. That's where I'm at with Dominguez. I know a lot of fans are really high on him. Listen, I get it, but if the guy struggles, don't write him off. Like that's all I'm going to say. Because when it comes to prospects and Yankees fans, we're not exactly the most patient. And you can ask Homer Bush about that, because he said that being a Yankees prospect is hard.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you gotta afford him the same opportunities you gave Volpe. An opportunity to develop his level. Every young kid, and let's face it, he's a young kid. Every young kid, this is the top of the tops, is going to go through growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball's a hard sport. It's not something that it's not easy. It's really not. So you just have to be patient. I mean, Yankee fans and patience don't really go in the same sentence too often. But realistically, I mean, we know how the baseball season usually goes. You're gonna come out hot. You're gonna go through a lull. People are gonna start panicking, stuff like that. Realistically, we will really know who this team is by Memorial Day weekend, because that's a good enough gauge where you can kind of know what direction the team is going to go in and stuff like that. But I got a lot of faith in this offseason, and from this offseason to translate well in this regular season this year. Like I said, did the gap close with the Boston Red Sox? Absolutely, but I still think we're the better team. They're going to be pains in our asses, but I still think the moves we made are crazy. But I still think we just are just one more move away, and that's a big hole in the infield.
Yeah, and the crappy part about it too with third base and with the infield. I mean, your options were very limited during the offseason too. There were names out there, but there's a couple of guys on the Rays that I would have liked it, that I would have loved for the Yankees to get, but the Rays said that they're going to keep them, right? For example, there's other names that were out there, but again, the infield options were very limited this offseason. So the Yankees didn't really have a lot, and they're not going to just bring a guy just to bring a guy in. They're not going to just sign some random player when that same player probably can have the same production as guys like DJ and Peraza or Cabrera. So, I mean, why go out there just to, why go out and just, get some, random player and just, let him play third base? It's like they already have that. But I want, if they're going to get a third baseman, it's got to be somebody with some very good production.
Is it the fact that, and Chad can answer this too, is it the fact that it's DJ LeMahieu specifically? If they would have came out and said, we're going to give Peraza the first shot, do you think people would be giving them as much backlash as they're giving them over DJ LeMahieu? Personally, I think it's the LeMahieu thing, because we kind of know what he is right now. But if they were to say, we're going to give Peraza the first shot at the third base position, I feel like Yankee fans would have backed off by now and be like, okay, let's play ball.
Yeah. I don't think Yankees fans would be complaining as much. And also, I know we're both on the same wavelength as far as, we're expecting DJ to start third base come opening day. But honestly, like the other side of me, and this is just hopeful on my part, right? I can't speak for you, but I do think that if the Yankees were really like, hey, we're sold on DJ, I don't think they would have even said we're going to have a competition between these three guys. I think they would have just immediately said, you know what? Nah, he's going to be your starting third baseman. End of story.
Yeah, they're not sold. I mean, I said this on your stream yesterday.
Right.
If we have a legit fair competition and DJ LeMahieu just beats out, Cabrera beats out Peraza, I'm more, like I said in your stream yesterday, I'm more inclined to accept that than DJ LeMahieu having, because the eye test is a real thing. If I'm watching these spring training games, which I will be calling a lot of these spring training games to make sure, if you guys want to keep up with the Yankees, hit that like and subscribe. If I'm watching spring training and I'm seeing DJ LeMahieu look horrible and he still gets the third base job, that would piss me off more than anything else. Like, because then it wasn't a fair competition. If
Right.
this guy goes out in spring training, he's hitting like 1-something, and he's struggling, and he's still afforded the third base opportunity, I'm gonna look at the Yankees like, what are you guys doing? You're not putting the best people out there to win, which is kind of what we felt like last year with the whole Jason Dominguez versus Alex Verdugo situation. You have to put the best players out there that are giving you the best chance to win. If you're gonna you can sell me on, we're gonna develop these players like they did with Volpe 2 years ago, and they have to play to develop. I understand that. Baseball is a sport where you have to play every single day. Like I said, I'm okay with that. But if you're just gonna, continue with this blind ass loyalty that the Yankees have, where LeMahieu's making a lot of money, so he has to play. Like, that's what frustrates not just me, but a lot of Yankee fans. Shout out to Ken in the building. What up, man? Ken, how you doing, man? Thank you for popping in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's what we're being told, right? By the Yankee hot stove when they had it on the other night. I got somebody that kind of keeps me in the loop on that. They keep using the excuse that he's still owed $30 million and therefore he's going to play third base. So it's kind of being shoved in our faces right now that, this, he's going to play third base because he's still owed $30 million, and you're not going to put a guy who's still owed $30 million on the bench. But, I feel like they're already advertising that. Or not already, but they're advertising that to us. We're being told that he's probably gonna be your starting third baseman. But I look at what Cashman and Boone are saying, and they're both saying that they're gonna, that he's gonna have to compete and he's gonna have to win the job. But I'm right there with you that if he plays bad at the plate and if he has a bad spring training and he still gets the job, that would annoy me for sure. So, I'm right there.
Yeah. Ken says, how was the movie? It was good. I really enjoyed it. I'll be doing after this stream. It's been a long day, dude. Like I said, I woke up early, watched the final 5 episodes of Cobra Kai. I don't know if you're into that series, but I definitely recommend it. It was phenomenal. Took a little nap, woke up, went to see the movie. Probably gonna take a nap after this, then wake up and do my review. So definitely make sure you guys look out for that. But yeah, it's been a busy week, man. It's been a busy week for the channel. Definitely trying to get back on to things, stuff like that. I see you grinding every day too, man.
I'm getting season? I'm getting back into it, man. And when spring training started, I was like, all right, time to try and go live every day again and start talking Yankees baseball and other things baseball related. I'm just looking forward to opening day, man. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, because I'm looking forward to the regular season. I'm gonna get back to doing those pre-games again. Of course, I want to do more play-by-plays. So I know you're gonna be doing plenty of that. So, but I'm definitely gonna do more. Because when I started doing the play-by-plays, I started a little bit late in the season because I wasn't really sure if it was something I wanted to do. I enjoyed it, but so I'll probably do. I definitely want to do more games, no doubt. I'd love to. If I could do 80, it'd be awesome. But I'd be even happy if I did like 50 to 70. Like I'd be satisfied with that.
Okay. Well, yeah, dope. Like I said, we'd definitely love to have you come on here and call a couple games with me. Like, especially if you want to start in spring training, we got a lot of. I don't know what your schedule like, but it's a lot of 1:00 games. For spring training. Like, for my schedule for spring training, I'm gonna try to call as many as I can, or many that are televised. Probably won't do whole games, like, because kind of just using spring training as a warm up for us play-by-plays as well. We're coming off season as well. But once the main guys go and the guys that I want to see are no longer playing, I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'll call this one a little early. But it starts next Friday.
That's 21st. So 11:00 game.
1:00.
I don't know
your time, but your time 11.
My time 11:00, folks. Not East Coast time. So just so everybody's aware. The 21st, I don't know, but I don't know about that Friday, but maybe some other weekday games. During the weekday, I might. I might take you up on that and jump on with you. So
that'd be fun.
Do you know where they're streaming, or where are those games? Like, what is it on? Yes, is it what?
It's a new app. It's a new app that they're pushing on.
Gotham?
The Gotham app.
Okay, yeah,
A lot of those games are going to be on there. I haven't done any research on the Gotham app, which is what I'm going to have to do. I'm sure that they'll give a free trial initially, so I'm going to rock on that. But yeah, I got to check it out. Yes Network dropped all the games that were televised. I think Max put it on his page as well, the actual scheduled date. But yeah, I think the Gotham app is the new thing that they're trying to push. Dude, all these apps, man, and all these different, like, baseball is really making it really hard to, like, keep up with it because like they're putting it everywhere. It's on it's on MLB TV. If I'm paying for MLB TV, I should just get it all.
I 100% agree. And even if even if you're in market, I think fans should still be able to watch it. Like I feel like Yankees fans, if they have MLB TV and they live in the New York area, they should still be able to watch the games on MLB TV, just because they're it may not show because they're it's in it's, what am I trying to say, like it's in market, so they're in New York, they can't watch on MLB TV. I think that's lame. It's like, you guys are already making enough money, so why, but hey, greed is the name of the game, but that's a conversation for a different day.
Yep. It looks like 9 of the spring training games are going to be on the Gotham app.
Okay.
So, and they're kind of spread out. It's like, I think the first couple are like right away, and then they do them like towards the end of spring training. So it's not like you could just knock them all out with a free trial or anything like that. So we got to come out of our pockets a little bit. So Erica, thanks for popping in. Hey, Ace, I got the Yankees getting 92 wins this season. I got us at about 97. What do you got?
I got 96, actually.
Okay.
I got 96. I got them winning 96 games. So I have them winning 2 more games, which is, kind of funny that I'm having them win 2 more games, because obviously with the loss of Soto, right, the offensive production is going to be a little different. The offense is still kind of like, there's some question marks there, but I just feel like defensively they've greatly improved, and they made an addition to their bullpen, to their starting rotation. The bullpen's going to be fire. I have no doubt about that. So defensively, pitching wise, I'm not worried. The bats, we got to see. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. Yeah, it's going to be different. I'm just hoping you get some good production.
Yeah, like you can't replace the production of a Juan Soto, but you can if you have a more deeper lineup, which is why I think people are frustrated that we might have a big hole in our lineup with third base. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you have a collective, we have a deeper team this year is what I feel like. There are aspects of this 2024-2025 team is better than 2024. Like defensively, you can't argue. I think we're a hell of a lot better. Just with the, subtraction of Gleyber Torres too, which I was just watching something, MLB Network put out the most errors last year. Gleyber was top 10.
Yeah.
I think he was number 6. There were other guys that I didn't think Gunnar Henderson had that many errors. But Gleyber Torres led the league from second baseman. The shortstops made the most errors last year. Like, they get...
isn't that unusual? I mean...
They get a lot of balls hit to them, though. They do get a lot of balls hit to them, though. And it's the most range position over there. So, they do make a lot of errors. Hold on one second. Gunnar Henderson had the most... had one of the most... damn it, hold on. Go ahead, talk to the chat.
No, you're good. You're good. So we were talking about errors in defense. So, I'm in agreement with Ace there. Was that, do you have a dog?
No, green screen foul, technical difficulties.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't hear me say that? Yeah, the green screen.
No, I didn't hear that part. I heard I thought I heard like a sound, and I'm like, wait.
Because the post of the green screen, because I didn't have the legs up high enough, because I adjusted back here, what I'm saying? So because I'm always moving back here, like my setup is like I have like a refrigerator and a microwave set up behind here, so I'm always walking back there, I'm always constantly moving it, so I guess I didn't have it equal, so that noise you heard was it sliding against the floor.
I'm just on my couch, man, so that's where I'd be 24/7. My infamous couch, yeah. I sent a picture of it to Ronnie. He's like, man, that's a lame looking couch. I was like, hey, I'm comfortable, so screw you.
Yeah. Ken says he had the Yankees hitting 100. Okay.
100. They're gonna win 100 games.
That's what he says.
Okay. All right.
So
fine by me.
Dev? What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys for popping in. Like I said, you guys are the best. Appreciate my guy NFE for popping on here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because we've been going for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you, NFE, for popping on. I know you were just streaming on your channel, so this is about 2 straight hours for you, which I appreciate you for popping on, man. This guy's working hard, so make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to my guy NFE at the Strike Zone. Thank you, Jacob. See, Jacob is on.
Yeah, he's on top of it, man. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you having me on, man. I wasn't sure what time you were going on. I saw your text from earlier, but I was knocked out. So when I saw your text, but I do appreciate you. I was like, well, let me see what time he's going on. I was like, I'd love to pop on with Ace, man. I like popping on with Ace as always. That. So
how many games will Clay Holmes blow this year? He's a starter this year. So.
He's a starter now.
Yeah, I could see him with actually. I don't know if this is a testament to Clay Holmes or if this is like the Mets lineup is kind of trash, but I saw Clay Holmes mowing some Mets down in some batting practice. I'm like, the Mets lineup might be a little trash.
Hold on, I'm messing around with Graham right now.
Oh, what are you saying? Which comment?
To turn your cap around, the very last. It's the very last one on my end.
Got you.
The off center look. I'm trying to be CC, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to be CC Sabathia.
Pass that to me again if you can. That's on me. NFE said it to me before, but
or I could just go here. You like it backwards?
The backwards cap. Either that or you kind of go like you go offset. You go like that.
I go here.
Sort of like
I
that,
go,
you know.
Yeah. I go here. Back to CC.
You know what I'm saying? So but nah, man, like I said, I appreciate you for popping on, man. I'm gonna go ahead and head out of here. I got a couple of things I gotta do. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on that Captain America Brave New World review. So make sure if you guys are into movies, you go ahead and check that out. Appreciate all of you guys for popping in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you're watching on a rewatch, hit that notification bell for your Yankee updates and Yankee live play-by-play by yours truly, the Ace. Don't forget to subscribe to my guy NFE. We're out of here. Have a good one. As always, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I am yours truly, the Ace, with my guy NFE from the Strike Zone. Adios.